Hello from Battersea Arts Centre. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. So 9 new pictures in the next 4 hours saves me quite a lot of words. Welcome back. It's Portrait Artist of the Year. Of the 9 artists competing today, 7 are amateur. Thomas McGregor, Owen O'Sullivan, Stuart Pearce, Hatty Quigley, Josh Donkor, Daisy Potter and Rob Fellows.
I'm really excited. I'm feeling a little bit like I did on the day I did a skydive. I know it's going to be cool and I'll be really proud of it, but I'm absolutely petrified.
And 2 are professional, Sarah Cawey and Catherine Rowe.
My dream scenario would be a really interesting sitter. The worst case scenario today is that it all goes wrong and I start crying and stab my canvas.
Today's artists are about to have their creative skills put to the test.
Are you supposed to be panicking right now? Because I'm panicking already.
With just 4 hours on the clock.
I've just got to get it finished.
To create a portrait of one of 3 celebrities.
I hope there's a likeness. These next details will be very important.
They'll also need to prove their talent to our distinguished judges.
So no gridding, no drawing, you're just going straight in with the paint.
I'm a bodger. Yeah.
All for a life-changing prize, a £10,000 commission to paint international ballet icon Carlos Acosta for the Birmingham Museum and Art Gallery. So, as temperatures rise...
It's got hot in here.
Who will keep their cool?
I feel like Annika Rice.
And who will melt under the pressure?
I have no idea what I'm doing. I've forgotten how to paint.
As they compete for a place in the semi-final. What's not working?
There's a touch of Harry Enfield about him, which I didn't intend.
When the judges come, you go, oh, you want me to paint him? Oh! Whilst the artists steady their nerves and settle in, the judges take a look at the self-portraits that got them here today. This is always one of my favourite bits of the day. So let's start with a bit of surreptitious longing.
It's all about the hands for me. I'm just all like, whoa, what's going on? My goodness. Fascinating.
There is this sense of longing or connectedness, but it's all done in a very elegant way, very economical and to the point.
In contrast to that white background, a blaze of pink.
It looks at first glance rather unsophisticated, but there's a lot of blending and mixing going on to build that sense of character in the face.
A woman looking into the fuchsia. Next one, very visceral. That chocolate smeared all over the face.
Technically, it's extraordinary. The sheen of the chocolate, the sheen of the eyes, the way light falls on surfaces, I mean, really masterful.
Clearly, we've got 2 things happening at once, the self-portrait and then the narrative in the background. We're definitely getting a sense of melancholy from the sitter. It feels very loaded with nostalgia.
We feel like it's a man escaping to the bathroom and the paraphernalia of life just being there while he has a moment to breathe, really. And I suppose sometimes men feel like that within the dynamics of the family.
Now, this next portrait packs a punch, and it's also tiny.
What is it, like 4 inches by 4 inches?
As you get closer, there's just more and more to see. I mean, it's very magical in that it draws you in.
I think this is quite an experimental painting. They're miniaturized, the peonies are ginormous.
It's a very delicate and fragile painting. I think it's lovely.
Here's an artist not afraid to put pen to paper.
It's got a sort of ruggedness to it. The T-shirt is just a tour de force, and it's done in a nice, loose manner.
It's a strong monochrome work.
And finally, probably my own bias, but I get a strong backstage feeling.
I think there's an allusion to Las Meninas by Velázquez, you know, the artist showing his tools alongside.
We do like a painting of an artist in action.
There we go, 9 artists, 9 self-portraits. Let's see how they get on today under the clock. With paintbrushes and pens poised, the only thing our artists need now is their celebrity sitter. Artists, your sitter today is an Emmy Award-nominated actress who completely won over audiences despite playing an uptight lawyer with a Fleabag for a sister. The opposite of that in real life, she's actually launched a meditation website, so she should have no problem accessing that inner stillness she'll need for you today. Please welcome Shan Clifford.
Hello. Can I jump here?
How are you?
Very well.
Nice to see you. Please sit. Have you had a portrait painted before?
In Fleabag, the show that I'm in.
Yes, of course.
It's the first time I've been painted, and it's the first time I've seen my face from someone else's point of view.
Well, you're going to get 3 versions of yourself today. I think the first thing we'll do is get the artist to put you in a position that works for them and works for you. So, artists.
Hi.
Hello.
Are you happy to look, like, over one of Daisy's shoulders, maybe, like, that way or that way?
So I'll kind of go around there or something. Yeah, OK.
That's brilliant, thank you.
Artists, your sitter today is a British actor who has Hollywood directors beating a path to his door. He's portrayed everything from boxer with issues in Ray Donovan to aggressive warmonger in Vice. So he shouldn't be fazed by a bit of artistic temperament. Please welcome Eddie Marsan.
Hello. 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 This is it. Thank you.
You're home.
Hello.
You're very unafraid to show a character warts and all. Is that what you're after today? You want gritty and real, or you're after something a little bit more flattering?
No, I want you to just show me the way you see me, really. I'll trust you.
I'm just glad I know who you are.
I'm glad you know.
I don't have to pretend or anything.
It wasn't worry.
Well, artists enjoy painting Eddie.
Thank you. Hi, Eddie.
Hello. How are you guys with what?
I'm happy on a 3/4.
I'll probably come in the middle, take a picture, and then work from that.
I'm happy with you as you are.
Yes.
That's great, yeah.
OK.
Artists, your sitter today is an Irish actor whose meteoric rise to fame came with the TV adaptation of Sally Rooney's award-winning novel. Even his neck chain has way more Instagram followers than most normal people. Please welcome Paul Mescal. Have a seat.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. So, I mean, Normal People's been phenomenal success. Has it changed your life?
Yeah, a little bit, but I think it'll be clearer in a couple of months when everything goes back to a little bit of normal, I think.
Do you think you're in the middle of the frenzy at the moment?
Yes, in the middle of the storm, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you a fidgety person?
Probably when I'm nervous, yes.
OK. There's no need to be nervous. These guys are just going to capture your image for eternity on a piece of canvas.
That sounds
Nothing
great.
to be nervous about. I'll leave you to have a chat.
Hey, guys.
Oh my God, my friends are going to be so jealous.
Does this work for you guys? Like this, or...?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Sweet.
Artists, let's not delay this moment any longer. You have 4 hours to complete your portrait. Good luck. Your time starts now.
Can I take a photograph of you now?
Is my eyeline OK there, yeah?
Mm-hmm. My sister's like your character. She's the exact
So
same.
many people say that. Does she know that you think that?
No.
So she's going to find out.
The ability to respond and adapt your work to the individual sitter is a skill revered by many artists. But it also helps to come with a plan in mind.
Well, I've been practicing, so I sort of got my little game plan. I'm going to do the wash colour, do my little grid, and then go in with the paint and then work on the eyes. I like the eyes.
18-year-old Hatty Quigley from East Sussex is the youngest artist in today's competition. A lover of colour, Hatty has dyed her hair every shade except green and dreams of studying at Glasgow School of Fine Art.
Hatty, I'm sorry, I can only apologise for the quality of the sitter that we have today. How are you finding him?
Yeah, great.
Do you find that, having watched something he's in,
Yeah.
does that contribute in a way?
Definitely. You're sort of used to staring at them.
Do you think it makes it faster then for you?
Yeah, maybe, like, subconsciously.
Well, I can see only one eye at the moment. I'm looking forward to the second one coming in.
Yeah.
It seems more than one artist today is influenced by their sitter's on-screen persona.
Eddie's a great sitter. I think because I'm very familiar with his work, I think it's quite hard to get him and not the character that I know creeping in.
Thomas McGregor is a horticultural therapist from London. He previously took part in Portrait Artist of the Year 2019, where he impressed the judges with his bold use of the colour red.
Thomas, red plays an important part in your work.
Yeah.
We haven't got anything here. Actually, it's complementary.
Yeah.
Is that something you can work with?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I brought red with me, but I wasn't convinced I was going to use it until I saw the green, and actually it makes sense.
OK. I'm kind of intrigued how the narrative will come in.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to be panicking right now, or is that supposed to be in the final hour? Because I'm panicking already. No, actually, I did have a dream last night that I couldn't even pick up my paintbrush. I was so nervous. So I'm doing much better than I dreamt last night.
Rob Fellows is a primary school teacher from London. His submission in oils represents the discomfort he believes is felt by many same-sex couples about public displays of affection.
Rob, your submission was against that very stark white background, but you've given us the opposite today. You started on black.
Yeah, well, this is something I've tried only recently, actually. It was something that I saw Ty doing.
Wow, very good.
So I thought, right, let's give it a shot.
Yeah,
Black
good.
background, that's
Good.
something completely brand new.
Yeah.
And I really liked the effect when I painted on black, because you can get quite stark lines on the cheekbones and things like that.
And you instantly get a mood, don't you? White always feels like an absence, whereas this black background always feels like some sort of mood has already been set.
And it's warmer.
Well, it's looking good already.
Thank you very much.
How are you guys getting on?
Good.
Good? It's a brave thing to do.
Yeah, I'd hate it.
Really?
Yeah, loads of pictures of myself.
Paul's got a really sort of striking face. I think he's got quite amazing eyes. Trying to focus on that and highlight that in some way.
Student Josh Donkor is studying illustration at Cardiff University. He uses art to explore his relationship with his family and takes a rather detailed approach to his work.
Josh, you really have concentrated on Paul's right eye. I mean, it's almost finished.
Yeah, I sort of do block by block. So I love starting with the eyes, and the eyes sort of give me everything. I take my proportions or take my colour palette from that eye as I go along.
So it means that you don't come back to it?
No, I will. Inevitably, I'll end up changing things. So.
I mean, it is extraordinary to see one finished part of it, so I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of it.
No, thank you.
The artists have 3 hours left to finish their portraits.
There's not a likeness here at the moment, so I want to get that in, and I'm happy to lose it a bit after that, but I just need to know it's there in some form first.
I think it's the mouth that's the key. And I think Shan has quite a distinctive mouth as well. So I need to get that right.
I hope there's a likeness. These next details will be very important. Make sure I get the proportions right. A long way to go still.
Here at Battersea Arts Centre, the artists have spent an hour painting actors Paul Mescal, Shan Clifford and Eddie Marsan, who's considering the hazards of his role as a sitter today.
I was reading about Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and he died sitting for a portrait.
I could just imagine the artist. Oh, for goodness sake! Oh.
Put a pillow behind him.
Keen to complete her portrait before their sitter ends up like FDR, one artist is adapting her approach by actually increasing her workload.
I usually work a lot smaller than this. I usually work coasters, almost size, but I thought my hand's going to be shaking too much. I won't do a little tiny. It'll just come out as a wobbly blob.
As well as painting miniatures, former nurse Sarah Cawey from Loughborough specialises in pet portraits. Her tiny submission was painted on aluminium, but today she's working on wooden board.
Sarah, your self-portrait is very small and it draws you in. What is it about painting smaller than life size that sort of...
It started off being the challenge. How small can I get it and still get it to look like a full-blown master? And it became this thing of trying to make little tiny little works of art, I suppose. Is the one.
But highly finished as well.
Highly finished, yeah.
For somebody who's so precise, the drawing of it is very little detail.
No, a lot of the drawing happens with the paintbrush. It's almost like a sculpting in a way. You kind of put it on and then you move it about a bit.
As individual features begin to take shape on canvas, one artist is just trying to put one foot in front of the other.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I've forgotten how to paint. Normally, I just sort of go into a trance and sort of just end up with it. And it's hard to go into a trance in this kind of environment.
Daisy Potter is a part-time gym receptionist from Brighton. Her submission in acrylic was inspired by Van Gogh's Blue Period and took 12 hours to complete.
Daisy, welcome. How are you feeling?
I'm really nervous.
Oh, why?
I just think being here is surreal.
And how are you feeling about time?
I have no idea how long it's been.
You've been here 3 days.
I feel like... sometimes I can do a portrait in a few hours, but sometimes it's days and weeks. And because I freehand.
So no gridding, no drawing, you're just going straight in with the paint.
I'm a bodger. Yeah.
OK.
It's all right, I've got disco on, I'm gonna get in the groove.
Today's sets pay tribute to famous artists and their relationship to the great outdoors. The sets today, Ty, taking us back to nature.
Yes, indeed. We've got the close-up rich foliage behind Eddie that you might find in a Kinder Wiley. His portrait of Obama's got rich green foliage. We've got the idea of bucolic landscape behind Paul that you might find in French Baroque paintings like Fragonard, and here behind Shan, we've got the wonderful element of water that you might find in a Caravaggio, or Millet's Ophelia is a perfect example as well.
Rather appropriately, given her background today, Shan is taking to sitting like a duck to water.
She has indeed, a very dark-clad duck to water. And I think her choice of wardrobe, it gives the artist something to work with in terms of contrast with this very abstract, loose background, and then the clarity of her shape in the middle. I think they'll all have fun today.
The one in front of me is pretty low down, but I'm trying not to look. So yeah, I can't wait to get the big reveal.
Quite busy background behind Eddie. Is that tricky for our artist to paint?
What's good about Eddie's background is that because it is kind of graphic, bold motif, you could actually just take a shape or a form from it. You don't need much to give an impression, say, of a leaf or a forest. It's really strong, but then he's a strong sitter. I think it works.
Just want them to give an honest expression of how they see me, really. I mean, I think I look like Paul Newman, and I'd love them to do a sketch of Paul Newman, but obviously they won't.
Paul seems to have thrown himself in to the job of sitting very well.
Yeah, I think he's been a real inspiration to the three artists painting him. But it's very interesting that all three of them have got a pretty good likeness straight off, and I'm curious as to whether that's to do with his clearly defined features or just something about him that they've all managed to sort of get it really quickly.
I haven't met any of these people before, so I'll be really curious to see what their instinct with me is. Is there anything I don't want them to capture? My big nose, no. No. I'm just so curious as to what the final product's going to be.
Whilst the colours and textures of the set provide a chance to add further detail to an artist's work, one has her own idea for how to make her portrait stand out.
Hi, Shan. Can I just ask you? I'd like to put your favourite flowers behind you. Are there any flowers that spring to mind?
Do you know an avalanche rose?
Catherine Rowe from southwest London studied history of art at Edinburgh University. Though she's now a full-time artist, she likes her work to acknowledge her previous profession. Catherine, I enjoyed your peonies.
Oh, thank you. I was a florist for a while.
Were you?
And, yeah, they were my favourite flower, so...
How was it working with flowers?
Really fun, but quite stressful.
Because of weddings?
Because of weddings. You get the odd bridezilla, yeah. Paintings don't chat back.
Is that part of the appeal?
Yeah.
Right. And this background, this very...
Yes.
No, that face means no. You're not going to go there.
I'm not, no. I wanted to bring something that's personal to Shan, and so
Right.
we've talked about what her favourite flower is.
Yeah.
I will try and get some of those in.
And completely ignore the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty of being an artist, is it's
Yes.
your world.
Yes.
There are no bridezillas.
No.
Although you will have to show it to Shan at the end.
Yeah, I know. I haven't even actually thought about that.
Okay.
So we'll cross that bridge.
No, I want you to think about it now.
No.
I'm painting in oils today. It's my favourite medium. The biggest tonal area for me was the background, so I put that in and then work it into the large shadow under the chin and then just gradually working down into the smaller features.
Stuart Pearce is a marketing manager from Worcestershire. He's inspired by modernism, and his self-portrait on canvas took just 3 hours to complete.
Stuart, I can see that you've positioned Paul in the left-hand side of the canvas, so you've got that lovely negative space to the right. Is that something that the photographs actually helped you understand, the composition, which composition
No, actually,
works
I've used very, very expensive piece of art equipment, which is just brilliant.
And that's better than having it in the photograph?
Just a little bit easier to zoom in and out.
And no squaring up, or no grid or anything? You've just gone straight on?
No, that's kind of time wasting. I think you can do it by eye.
I pretty much use just black pen. I draft out in pencil first and then work into quite small pens and then finally end with these bad boys at the end.
Illustration graduate Owen O'Sullivan dreams of a career in animation. Despite only working with black pens, the judges applauded his submission for its contrast and tonal range.
Oh, and I've got a feeling something interesting is going to happen. You've done a pencil sketch.
Yeah.
You go over with pen.
Yeah, and then I'll rub it away and then work in more with... The texture is mostly from, like, these bulky pens.
Okay,
so I'll come in at the end.
Very substantial.
And they're quite like a obscure pen I order from Japan, so it's like
Get
I
out
had
of
to
here. You're
hold on to them.
Such a specialist. I love it.
The artists are almost at the halfway point in today's competition.
What I've got left to do is finish the background, get the detailing in the hair, get the shirt done. Still got plenty of time to ruin it.
Feeling slightly panicked. I've got a lot of paint on the canvas now, but yeah, it's not a lot of definition on there at the moment, so that's what I really need to focus on now.
I think I have finished the face. My biggest concern at the moment is that I've bitten off more than I can chew with putting in Shan's favourite roses. I feel like Annika Rice.
Here at Battersea Arts Centre, 9 artists have been hard at work for 2 hours painting actors Paul Mescal, Shan Clifford and Eddie Marsan.
All right, aren't we, Eddie?
We're lovely.
Yeah. He's still there.
With the sitters accounted for, it's the turn of the judges to check in on the artist's progress so far. Halfway through, how are you finding it?
It's a really good day today. There aren't any slow starters. I like it when they all run the race really fast from the word go. It's good.
Eddie in the Forest, being painted by Owen, Thomas and Sarah. Owen has put down the pencil and picked up a pen. How's he getting on?
Owen's preliminary drawings had none of the heft that we liked about his self-portrait, but I think it was just a way into Eddie's likeness, and now he's brought the pen and ink to bear. I'm feeling what I wanted to see, and he's getting Eddie.
Sarah has caught some of Eddie's cheekiness.
Yeah, I think she's really captured the Eddie Marsan that I feel that I know. I just hope she's got enough time. You know.
I'm not worried about time for her. I just can't believe she's done that in half of the day. It's so impressive.
Catherine, Daisy and Rob are painting Shan.
I think it's interesting in that section that likenesses are coming in and out. There's something about Shan's features which maybe they're struggling to capture.
I think Rob's having problems with Shan's likeness, but I think the main problem is he's got no light or colour in the face. I don't know how he's going to get himself out of it.
Daisy tells me she's forgotten how to paint. Do you think that's fair?
Well, it does look a bit like Daisy's struggling.
She just went straight in. She doesn't make sketches. She just likes to just find the features through the act of painting. So I think we just have to go in this risky territory with her and hope that she can pull it off.
Stuart, Hatty and Josh painting Paul.
Paul's a great sitter, and I think all of them responding to him, and I think that creates a kind of electricity.
How's Josh getting on?
Just looking at his self-portrait gives me a confidence that as more layers of paint go on, we'll start to see this, you know, beautifully finished portrait come through at the end. So I think Josh is someone we've got to keep an eye on right up until the last minute.
Hattie seems like she's really enjoying herself. She's got a fantastic likeness of Paul.
Very good.
I was a bit concerned about that sort of acidic sort of green she'd put down, but it works perfectly. I think it's going to be great.
I like the energy of her painting. You know, she is a mature artist for someone who's quite young.
Well, we've got an interesting mix out there. We've got some artists confidently working their way towards a finished product. We've got other people panicking and wondering if they'll ever be able to paint properly again. Who knows what will happen this afternoon?
Your bum gone numb?
No, not yet.
No. You are good at this, aren't you?
Am I?
I'd be going mad.
No, it's fine. Sarah's full of giggles. She seems to be really enjoying herself. Thomas looks slightly more stressed. And Owen just plays his music and bobs his head.
I feel quite privileged that three incredibly talented, well, I don't know, I assume that they're incredibly talented, but no, they are, that they're sitting down for 4 hours and painting me. It's a huge privilege, so I'm really looking forward to seeing them.
It really feels like a library or like a sacred space in here. But yeah, the focus in here in the last hour just got pretty intense, didn't it?
With all three actors committing to their role as sitter today, the artists are starting to discover whether they've played their part in capturing their sitter's likeness. I'm loving what you're doing, Sarah.
Thank you, Stephen.
You've really caught a bit of impishness there.
Yeah, he has got a lovely cheeky smile,
He's a
hasn't
bit
he?
cheeky. We're talking about a puppy. Who's a cheeky
Yeah, no,
boy?
he's a good boy, he's a good boy.
Rob, how's it going?
I'm trying to get some definition onto the face, although I noticed that the nose was too high, the nostril was too high, so I'm bringing that down.
How do you feel about the likeness? Is Shan easy to paint?
No.
Okay.
Her mouth, there's a very unique mouth, and I thought if I get that right,
yes,
then I'll get the likeness. But I still haven't got the mouth right yet. I think that's the key to the
You think the likeness is around the mouth?
I think with a lot of people, actually.
No, I think so too, but a lot of people say, oh, it's the windows, the eyes are the windows and so on.
not for
And actually,
me.
I think the way the mouth works is very much expresses the person and their personality,
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Whether you believe likeness is found in the eyes or the mouth, the specifics are irrelevant if it looks like you've painted the wrong person. How's it going, Thomas?
I'm panicking.
OK, why?
There's a touch of Harry Enfield about him, which I didn't intend.
Is there anything you can do
to get rid of the Harry Enfield?
Well, now you've said it, obviously. All I can see is Harry Enfield. When the judges come around, you go, oh, you want me to paint him? Oh! Sorry, I thought we just picked an actor we liked. As the artists use every last minute to rework and perfect their sitters' features, one is clocking off for the day.
You finished?
I think so. Don't know, but if I sit and play with it anymore, I think it's going to ruin it, so walk away.
For the rest of the artists, there's just half an hour left to complete their portraits.
I don't really know whether it's working or not. It looks Eddie-ish. I think there's a few final touches that will fix it. I just need to find out what those are at the minute.
I think I've got rid of the Harry Enfield, so that's he's out and Eddie's in.
It's better than it was. I just wish I had more time, but that's not the nature of the game, is it? I can't wait to have a drink.
Nine artists are nearing the end of their 4-hour challenge.
It's got hot in here.
Painting actors Eddie Marsan, Paul Mescal and Shan Clifford.
I am still trying to get them out. Looking like Shan's. I'm not sure if 20 minutes will be enough.
There's some aspect of it that's not quite right, so I'm struggling to see where that is.
Yeah, a little bit stressed for time. I think I wrote just about enough to get something relatively finished.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left. 5 minutes.
If I had a lot of time, I could just make this a maze, but I don't have that much time, so I've just got to get it finished quickly.
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and step away from your easels. It's time for the artists to reveal their completed portraits and for the sitters to pick the one they'd like to keep. Shan, you've been a fantastic sitter.
That's why I came here. I wanted to be told that I'd achieved that.
Do you have any idea what's waiting for you?
No, I haven't snuck a peek. It's going to be a genuine surprise.
Artists, please turn your easels.
Oh my God, they're so different.
Right, let's have a closer look. Rob, that is an intense portrait, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really intense. I can't believe you've done that in 4 hours.
Thank you.
Daisy.
There's something really fun and weird about this one that speaks to an eccentric part of me. That's amazing. There is a softness to this and a vulnerability which really speaks to my soul. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Only one can go home with you.
Oh, it's really hard, guys. I think it's Catherine's.
Well done, Catherine.
Oh my God. They're fantastic. Wow. Wow. I think there was definitely a twinkle between me and Sarah.
It was a twinkle.
Little impish look there, would you say?
Yes. I think that was wind. No, it's lovely. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Well done. I really like it, Thomas. You've really captured me. I can't see Harry Enfield anywhere. I think Harry Enfield is really disappointed in it.
And Owen?
It's amazing. It's beautiful. I think you've got great talent.
Thank you.
I want to take them all home, really. I think I'll take this one only because this is gentler.
We'll go with Sarah. Come on, Sarah.
Wow. It's bizarre. I feel really privileged sitting here. Like, you've spent 4 hours of your life painting me. It's amazing, so thank you all so much. I remember Josh asking me for that pose, and it's really interesting seeing it come to life. The eyes are beautiful in it, I think.
Well, they're yours.
I absolutely adore this. I think you've really captured that. I'm thinking about something, not that I was aware of what I was thinking about, but it's beautiful. Thank you so much. I love, like, it's a completely different palette, is the right word to use?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Well done, Paul. No, it's beautiful. I really like the darkness in it and the space on this side. Yeah, I really appreciate your time. Oh, it's so hard. I'm gonna go with Hatty's painting. Thank you so much.
While the artists take a well-earned break, the judges have a chance to discuss today's work.
I think Stuart's telling us a different story of Paul. It's a very melancholic story, but it's a narrative I want to follow.
He really caught that kind of pensive look in Paul's eyes.
Hatty really has caught his usefulness, but maybe in a way that is overly romantic.
She's completely caught Paul in the hair, and that lovely, luscious colour that she's using in the background. An incredibly promising young artist. I feel like Josh probably needed double the time again, but it is a powerful portrait.
It definitely has this sort of religious quality to it. You know, it's the conversion of Paul Mescal. The likeness is not quite there, is it?
I find Owen's portrait of Eddie is very dense, and I don't really get the sense of the man except in the eyes.
But what I love is the vigour and energy that you get with the use of the pen and the pencil, and the delicateness that he can achieve with it.
I love this painting by Thomas. There's lots of layering and strange colours put over each other, but there's also a story there, and I want to see what happens next. I love that Sarah was able to see beyond Eddie the actor and all his quite dark roles, to see the man sitting here today.
And also the complicit understanding between the sitter and the artist that the portrait suggests. She was able to get this sort of cheeky little knowing look. There's an angularity to Shan's face that I just don't think Catherine quite managed to get. But what a glorious accompaniment to have her favourite roses there.
I love what Daisy's done of Shan. I mean, she was really struggling, but she's got something of Shan's sparkiness.
The flatness, I think, is really effective with Daisy's style of painting.
I'm really drawn to this portrait that Rob has made. It might not be of Shan, but I think it's got a lot going for it. Just tonally, it all really works.
It certainly doesn't feel like Shan to me, but it has her presence.
Before choosing a winning portrait, the judges narrow their selection to a short list of 3.
These two look good. They're bankers, these two.
I agree with that.
So we've got 2 great paintings here, and it's almost as if we've got the other 3 here begging us for that 3rd spot.
And that has got to be worked out now.
After careful consideration, the judges have now decided on their shortlist. The first artist is Sarah Cawey. The second artist is Rob Fellows. And the third artist to be shortlisted is Hatty Quigley.
It's been a great experience. I've enjoyed the day. I've learned a little bit. I've met some new people. I'll just carry on painting. You know, there's always something to learn. That's the great challenge.
To arrive at a final decision, the judges consider today's shortlisted portraits alongside the artist's original submission. Was that a tough 3 to arrive at?
I think it was a difficult decision today. I think there are at least 6 that we could have brought into this section.
Hatty's submission was full of angst, but today she's given us a very joyful portrait of Paul.
It's nice to be able to see her do both things. I thought today was pretty amazing. She's a young artist. She got in there really quick. I think the lightness is incredible.
What is most remarkable about her portrait today for any artist that young is the confidence with which she caught his likeness.
Sarah, compared to her self-portrait, gave us a giant picture today.
Sarah's really good at light. I mean, the observation of shadow underneath the chin in her self-portrait. She's also hinted at it under Eddie's chin as well, into his chest. It's super well observed.
You praised Hatty for finding likeness quickly. Rob didn't find her likeness today, did he?
It's not a likeness that I recognise. Having said that, something of Shan is there.
Yeah, there was something of the enigma about Shan, and I think that Rob goes some way towards capturing that.
The enigma being that she doesn't look like that.
The enigma being that we don't really know what she looks like.
She was here, though. She was sitting over there.
I know, but it is...
She was the dark-haired one.
But I think...
No, but it is about how much work the viewer does. Yes, here we have 2 artists who've nailed the likeness, whereas with Rob's painting of Shan, we bring what we know of Shan to this painting. It becomes something about a shared humanity.
And also, there is a sort of little judgmental's algorithm, which is when a painting is really, really good, we can forgive a little bit of the likeness. Yeah. It's a really cracking painting, so we couldn't let it go.
Rob, Hatty and Sarah, well done for making the shortlist. You've all proved your talent, but sadly, only one of you can go through to the semi-final. The artists that the judges have selected revelled in the sitter and, as a result, was able to create an engaging portrait. That artist is... Sarah Cawey.
Oh my God, I can't get over it. I'm so excited. I don't think it's sunk in. I think in a couple of hours' time, I'll suddenly go, oh my God, what have I done?
Well done.
Just so thrilled to get to the shortlist. Sarah's painting was just spot on, so I can't imagine another winner today.
Sarah's portrait, oh my God, it is amazing. It's so tiddly, like I just think that makes it. Yeah, and I've honestly had the best day ever today.
Sarah gave us a beautiful little painting today. You know, she's a miniature artist, but she's making things with a real punch, something that shouts much larger than the scale on which she works. I just want her to keep on getting smaller for us and making more and more of these gorgeous jewels.
Thank you. Winning means more than I thought it would. It really does. There's so much good talent here. And then someone says, oh, yeah, you're the best. What? No.